All right, this one is going to be for day 6. This is page 12 for the Iready packet. Um, and for this one, it should be, sorry about that, not that one. It should be page 12. So it should be this one right here. So we're going to do number 5 first. Oh, again, sorry about that. Make sure the chat is popped open just in case somebody has any questions. Now, for this one, number 5 asks us, Jason, well, it states, Jason runs 440 yards in 75 seconds. That's a rate. Yards, 2 seconds. At this rate, how many minutes does it take him to run a mile? Now, this is how many yards equals a mile. Now, we need to find out, we need to find out 440 yards. We need to find out, let's see, 75 seconds. Let me write the ratio out first. So I need to get to 1,760 yards. Now, I can't do that in my head. I was trying to do it right now. I can't do 440 times something to get 1,760. That's a little bit tricky. And I'll explain that right now in a bit. So I can't multiply that in my head. So I would have to divide it. Then it would tell me how many seconds this person would do this many yards. Now this question is asking me how many minutes does it take him to run a mile? This is how many yards are in a mile. That's what I'm trying to get from 440 times what gives me this many yards, which gives me a mile. When I find out what to multiply that by, I'll be able to multiply it on this side, and then they'll tell me how much time Jason runs this mile. Now the question is asking me how many minutes does it take him to run this mile. So I'm gonna have to change this again. So let's not worry about that yet first. Let's just worry about, what do I need to multiply 440 into 1,760? So again, I can't do that in my head, so I'm gonna use the calculator and divide it. So I'm gonna divide this number into this number. So I'm gonna do 1,760. Oh, I mean 1,760 divided by 440, and we get 4. That means that if I multiply this by 4, if I might multiply 440 by 4, I get 1,760. So 440 times 4, it's 1,760. That means that I multiply this by 4. Now 75 times 4, I know that 75 doubled is 150. If I double 150, I get 300. So that would be 300 seconds. Now, what I got to do now is I need to change 300 seconds because this is how much a mile is. I need to change 300 seconds into minutes. The question is asking me how many minutes did it take him to run a mile. So now I need to do 300 divided by 60 because there's 60 seconds in the minute, and I'm trying to figure out how many minutes are there. I have this many seconds. I'm dividing it by 60 seconds each to find out how many minutes in total. So I'm going to do 300 divided by 60, and I get 5. That means that it would take Jason's 5 minutes to run this mile. Now, let's go to the next one. Let's go to number 6. Zoom out a little bit. Maybe that'll help us out. More space. All right, number 6 asks us, boxes of granola are on sale at a price of $4.50. So 2 for 450. That's our ratio. 2 for 450. Is it that one? Sorry. There are 12 ounces of granola in each box. What is the unit price in dollars per pound? Huh. Well, for this one, we have to know how many ounces are in a pound, because that'll tell us how many. Well, we need to find out how many pounds. But we know that 2 boxes, so one box has 12 ounces and the other box has 12 ounces. So that means that in total, we have 24 ounces. It's too dark now. So we need to find out, how much is 24 ounces how much of that is in a pound? I believe it's 12 ounces per pound, but we can check real quick. Ounces to pound. Oh, we want to find out how much 1 pound. So it's 16 ounces per pound. 16 ounces per pound. So that means that in 16 ounces, I don't know why they didn't give you that. 16 ounces equals 1 pound. And this is too dark, so I'm going to change that. So we know that 16 ounces equals 1 pound. So we need to divide by 16 ounces into 24 so it can tell us how much. No, that doesn't make sense. Because at the beginning it tells us that there's two boxes and that's the ratio, but then they go, no, it's going to be ounces as your ratio because they say 12 ounces. But then they go, no, you know what? Tell us how much is it per pound. So before we do any of this, we have to change how many 24 ounces is in a pound. So we need to divide that by 16. We're going to do 24 divided by 16. 24 divided by 16, and we got 1.5. That means there's 1.5 pounds that costs $4.50. $4.50. This 1.5 pounds is because we took the two boxes, and each box 12 ounces. Each box has 12 ounces. And when we added the ounces, it was 24. So then we divided 24 ounces by 16 ounces because that's how much 1 pound is. So when we divided 24 by 16, we got 1.5 pounds. That's how many pounds there are for every $4.50. So the thing that you need to figure out now is what is the unit price in dollars per pound? If you remember in the last few pages per pound, that means that whatever is said after the word per, that is how much you need to find out how much one is. So if it says per pound, you need to find out how much is 1 pound. How much is 1 pound? Now, if we're going to go from 1.5 to 1, we need to divide this by something to get 1. To get 1, we divide it by the same number. That means that on this side, we're also going to divide it by 1.5. That means that 1 pound is going to cost whatever this division sentence is right here. So we're going to do 4.50 divided by 1.5, and I get 3. That means that for every pound, it costs $3. What is the unit price in dollars per pound? $3 per pound. This was messy. I apologize. I tried to change the thickness of this pen. It didn't work out that much. It's all good. Now let's go to the next question. Next question is number 7. So for question number 7, it says Sam is delivering 2 refrigerators that each weigh 105 kilograms. There is an elevator with a weight limit of 1,000 pounds. Can he take both refrigerators on the elevator in one trip? So he's trying to carry 2 refrigerators. 2 refrigerators. I erase this afterwards. So he's trying to carry 2 refrigerators that each weigh 105 kilograms. And the other one weighs the same thing, 105 kilograms. So before we even solve this, let's add this real quick so we know how much this person's trying to carry up. So they're trying to carry 210 kilogram. 210 kilograms, yeah. Come on. So they're trying to do 210 kilograms. Now, they want to see if this can make it up the elevator, and the elevator has a weight limit of 1,000 pounds. 1,000 pounds is not kilograms, so we need to convert kilograms into pounds. This is 1 kilogram. The ratio of 1 kilogram is around 2.2 pounds. We're gonna use that ratio. We're going to use that ratio. John, turn in your homework. So we need to change it from 1 kilogram to 210 kilograms. Kilo. I'm going to write kilo. I don't want to write the whole thing. Now, how do we get from 1 to 210? We multiply by 210. 1 times 210 gives us 210. So whatever we do to one side, we need to multiply to the other side. So we're going to do 210 times 2.2. This one I'll do now with the calculator. 0 to 4, 0 to 6, 4, one decimal spot, so 462. So that means that, can you take both refrigerators up? If 210 kilograms, which was the two refrigerators, is 462 pounds, he can easily take that up. 462 pounds will not go over 1,000 limit. Can he take both refrigerators on the elevator in one trip? Yes, he can. Now, last question is number 8. We're going to do number 8. So number 8 says, for every 140 feet that Kelly rides on her bicycle, the wheels turn 20 times. That's very specific. About how many times do the wheels turn in 5 miles? Oh, okay. So we need to find out how many of these wheels turn every 5 miles. But we have a ratio that every 140 feet, she turns about 20 times. So every 140 feet, 120, every 140 feet, 20 times this wheel will turn. Now, we'll do this conversion thing in a bit, or maybe we have to do it right now. Yeah, we can't do it like this. We can't use this ratio. So like I can't multiply feet to get this many feet. Or I could, I mean, I can say, hey, what do I multiply the 140 to get to 5,280 feet? I don't know. I don't know that on the top of my head. So I can use my calculator and I can do backwards. So I'm going to divide 5,280 by 140. And I get 37. Ugh, that's I don't like that number. That's so many numbers. Let's not do it that way. So let's do this. Let's actually go back. And we are going to do this first now. So we need to find out how many times these wheels turn in 5 miles. We have the ratio of 1 mile to feet here. So let's just go ahead and actually say, okay, from 1 mile to 5 miles, I multiply that by 5. So I need to do it to both sides. And this 5 miles will tell me how many feet in total it is. I'll save you time. So I'll do it with the calculator. 5280 times 5 gives me 2,600, 26,400. That's how many feet we need to find how many times this wheel turns. Now, we know that 140 feet, this wheel turns 20 times. So we want to find out how many times did it do it to 26,400 feet, which is the 5 miles. So many times it turns. So we need to find out, what do we multiply the 140 to get 26,400? That's how much 5 miles would be. Because if I find out how much feet this multiplication thing is, it'll tell me how many times this wheel turned in 5 miles. This right here is the 5 miles. That's why I put it here. I can do this in my head, so I'm going to do it backwards. 26,400 divided by 140. Oh, really? Let's try it again. 26,400 divided by 140. Well, I mean, this question is asking about how many times. So I guess we don't have to use the exact number. We'll just use 188. 0.5. We'll use that part at least. So that means that we need to multiply this side by the same thing. So we're going to multiply this by 20. And we get approximately 3,771. Let me multiply without the decimals. Maybe it'll be different. 188.5, 370, 3770. Okay. Approximately 3,770 times. That means that this bicycle that Kelly rides will turn 3,770 times in 5 miles, which is 26,400 feet. Man, these Iready questions are hard. U49. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching this video. That's the end of day 6, Iready page 12.